Better safe than sorry, better check the air. The miner never knows what is lurking there. Hard hat for the head, boots for the feet, a lantern for light, and something good to eat.
You have a lot of objects that are just from the day-to-day life of people. Could you maybe take us through a miner's typical day and talk a bit about the objects you have in your personal collection?
Sure, and I've got them all right there behind me, so I can kind of point to them. I don't actually have to pick them up. Miner's Day, we need to have lunch. So I have a Coleman lunch tin over there, and that was my great grandfather's from when he was down in a mine. So whether you're single or married, miners would have to somehow pack a lunch for their shift, and that could be leaving at 5 in the morning. It could be that you're leaving at 10 in the morning, could be leaving at 5 in the evening, depending on whenever your shift happens to be, but you're going to need a lunch and a water canteen. You're going to need sturdy boots, sturdy clothing. All miners had the same sturdy pants, cotton shirts, or linen shirts, and then a jacket for the morning cold or for the evening cold. And you take your lunch tin down with you. If you are a contract miner, you're going to have your own pick, you're going to have your own shovel. If you're a company miner, i.e., you're employed by the company, they supply those tools for you. Miners need hard hats, they need work boots, sturdy pants, pickaxe and shovel, and a lantern. In the old days, that would have been an actual lantern, which is dangerous because open flame in a mine equals boom. Modern lighting, we've got the lamp that I have. Is a modern safety electric light, and that is a battery operated light. But otherwise, a miner looks the same whether he's contract, he owns the stuff, or company, the company owns it and he uses it for his shift. And then he's in the mine for 12-hour days. There's two types of miners, contract and company. Contract miners are responsible for their own gear, pickaxe, shovel, hard hat, and sometimes lantern as well. Company miners are miners that are hired by a company. The company provides everything: your pick, your shovel, your helmet, your lantern. There are pros and cons to both. In a sense, mechanics run the same way today, whether you are paid hourly or whether you are paid just a general day rate. And so, yeah, pros and cons to both. Contractor company, same gear regardless, just depends on do you own it or does the company own it?
Yeah. So those artifacts from your family, then your family would have been from contract mining then, if they had to own their own.
Yeah.
And I guess,
Hard hat, mine, lunch kit, mine, pickaxe, mine. The lantern I purchased afterwards. It's not my great grandfather's, but it is the right time period, and it would have been the same thing that he would have used. In his case, though, the mine that he was at, Dynant, the lanterns were owned by the company, and the individual miners, even though most were contract, were not allowed to have their own lanterns. They had to use company lanterns, and sometimes that was the case.
So it sounds like it's not merely the object, but if you owned it, it would have given you a bit more freedom in the labor market. So you would have been able to go from one place to the next rather than being necessarily stuck with just one employer.
Yeah, and that was a benefit, especially to some of the smaller mines that were in farming towns, like in Round Hill, where my grandfather and great grandfather were from. You would farm in the summer and mine in the winter. And so you got to choose which mine you worked at and try to find a better wage, which is sometimes nice. But if the mine wasn't very big or they didn't need any more miners, you're out of luck. Versus if you're a company, you're attached to the mine has to pay you even if they are not operating at full capacity that day. So it's there's pros and cons to both sides.